going to play some Kerbals because after a successful launch by Artemis 1 the other day, and all the great tests that are going on with SpaceX, I decided to continue with my love of rocketry. Shout out to Danny Lord, apologies, my lord, Lord Danny MT, for I have seen the papers and they check out, but definitely not any questionable genetics. But yes, welcome, my lord. We're talking about in the chat here the fact that Buffalo looks like it's going to get hit hard. Starting Friday and into Sunday, they may accumulate up to at least 5 feet. That's what they're saying, and it's looking like potentially 6. That's what they're saying, but we'll see what happens. But ladies and gentlemen, I am interested in playing some Kerbals. Just as I said, let's just transition there. There we go. And specifically because of the fact that they're doing a lot of testing, and the concept is a very interesting one. So we're going to try to replicate that in our new gaming universe, and see how that goes. Not sure if Joe's going live tonight. There was the potential. Time management and all that sort of shit. But, we still have... hey, he asked me to put them together. I put them together. I've got, episodes for Final Frontier News, and it's just a matter of us being able to work out the time. And Jesse tried to connect with yesterday after a very good AEW Dynamite review, which you should check out. And unfortunately, I guess he had other things to do. But he did try to call me at 3 a.m., and I was conked out at that point, so no chance there. But still working forward towards these new projects, which some have been in the works for a while, but hey, just trying to work out schedules is a challenge. All right, so what we're doing here is we're assembling as best as we can with stock parts the SpaceX Starship. So we'll call it Starship Super, because the portion that's connected below is called, I believe, the Super Heavy, and it is essentially they're saying it's going to be the strongest and most powerful rocket ever made. Even more so than what launched the other day, Constellation, or the Apollo, the Saturn V, which took Apollo. Danny MT says, looking at it now, all through the weekend, too. Yeah, the entire weekend. And that city has braved crazy, crazy shit. And he also continues to say, well done yesterday, by the way. You and Mustafa break it down to a science. Thank you very much. Mustafa is like a kid in a candy store, so he gets way too hyper, and he skips over important things, and I've tried to, and you notice this if you watch. He's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's like, hold on, slow down, buddy. Slow down. Let's just fucking go through it point by point, and that's why you make a list of notes. I mean, even JD from New York does this. But you make a list of notes, and you go through them, even if it was just a 30-second vignette. But you got to go through it point by point. But I appreciate that. A lot of good comments, actually, about that. And it was enjoyable. Danny says, definitely gets super hyper. Haha. Yep, we all see it. But that's why Daddy Dave is there to, Stepdaddy Dave. Remember, I'd never willingly adopt any of them, but hey, if the girl I'm fucking has kids, then Stepdaddy Dave is gonna have to step in from time to time. But something else, Danny, yesterday's gaming stream, I played Altered Beast on the arcade, and damn, that's a fucking challenge. I'm sure it was a challenge as well on the Genesis, having only 3 buttons, and I really hated that boomerang controller, but Yeah, when they came out with the 6-button one, it was a little better. But regardless, yeah, challenging game. Gonna have to visit it again. There's a whole list of retro games that I want to visit again and potentially make a full episode. So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I want to play that thing entirely through. So I'm thinking I'm just going to make that as a specific, standalone episode. Same thing with Altered Beast and many others. And I looked into that other game that you mentioned. I've got it written down. I can't remember the name again, but yeah, it's only available on the Genesis, so I wouldn't be able to play it. But Altered Beast, I'd be able to play through. Regardless, let's get back to rocket building. So, since this is going to be unmanned, I am going to utilize this piece here, our remote guidance system. Now, we're going to try to make it look as best as we can, considering this is what we got. So, this will be the capsule, right? This thing has no parachutes, by the way. This has to land using rocket power. And last I checked, it has 3 engines. It deactivates one of them, actually, when it's landing, which is an interesting thing. But let's add this here. Also, I would say to some people, just because I don't talk about a certain topic doesn't mean that perhaps I'm not holding on to something. All in due time. All in due time. So, also, Elon Musk has been quoted as saying that he wanted Starship to look pointy because it looks cool. He's actually quoted for saying that. So we need to find a pointy part here for the nose. I think we've got that. I think we've got that here. Yes, pointy. There we go. It's not actually, that doesn't even look close to Starship. Let me just, I'll give it a better nose. But he did say he wanted it pointy, but I think it's this. Nope. That one's still too big. I think it's this one. Nope. Too small. Where's our Goldilocks size? Just right. Nope. Still not. So was it for fuel maybe? No. Is it this one? Yeah, that'll do. That'll do, pig. So we'll save that. Now we got to build the body, and it's going to need basically fins on it, and some of the fins are actually going to need to be used to act as struts. Well, that's in earlier versions. Actually, we're going to go with the more recent one, which is it's got several small landy legs that are built into the fuselage. This thing has gone through like 7 iterations, so. Let's see here. Also, because there, I guess, aren't many people in the chat currently. I'll drop a few tidbits here and there, but little slight things that might prepare you for what's coming. But it's always calm before the storm, don't they say? What was I going to look up here? Skibbity bop to do. Skibbity bop doo-wah. Come on. All right, fine, whatever. Let me get back to this game here. Oh no, I wanted to check one thing with the design. All right. So this is the close enough that we're going to be able to get to it. So we have to pick a fuselage that will fit, and that's the one we want, rocket fuselage. So it fits perfectly there, and we'll just duplicate that. That might be a little tall. Yeah, let's see if we can get a half one. Yeah, there we go. How big is this one? Oh, that's exactly the size we need. No, is this the one we want? Yeah. How big is this one? Oh, but that's probably just fuselage. Yeah. So that's the one we want. Liquid fuel and oxidizer. So that basically is the two components that are necessary for this thing to ignite its rocket fuel. So now we need to add 3 engines here. We're going to add, I guess, yeah, we're going to add the strongest one. That's what we're going to need. We're going to add 3. There we go. That is basically the way it is. Hopefully we can attach this. That's the big thing. All right, save that. I want to keep saving. You never know. All right, so the ailerons, which at least in this version, the newer version actually allows you to adjust them. But we need basically winglets that are able to move, to maneuver when we try to land. So like this, for example, we gotta go back to 2. Let's see where these are positioned wrongly, obviously. And it wants to go here, but what we want to do is we want to move them down to the bottom portion here. Actually, are these big enough? No, we need something larger. Skype lines are open if anyone wants to call in. I know it bothers people, but hey, I can play this game and conduct it at the same time. These wings are too big. Need something a little slimmer. Too small. These are, let me see here. I'm looking at the comparison to the real one. These might work. Let's see. These are the tail fins that might actually assist us up here. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to use those up there. That's much similar. So, these are still misaligned. We're going to put them there. These guys will... Oh, no. Grab that one. Come on. There we go. Put that up here. And we're going to move it down in a moment. But we need to build this further. So we need... Where's that winglet? This one. Again, I'm trying to make it as close to the real version as possible. Obviously that's off, but let me just check. Well, we're getting closer. Shout out to the 5 viewers. Oh my God. We're going to use the move tool. That's closer, but I don't know if it's going to rip off. Let's put it there, I guess. Yeah, this angle's... Actually, no, that's not going to work because they're pointing up. Damn it. All right, so go back to this. Select that. Just put one on. We'll clone that and put a couple of other ones on. Actually, will it work if I duplicate it? No, I have to do them individually. So we want this a little closer down to this level here. So move that down. Oh, my apologies. Hi, Tab. Hi. How's it going in shitty Scotland? Tired of losing so badly? No? Well, guess it's time to have some fun. All right, so gonna move this down a little bit lower. Oops. And that looks good. All right, so we're gonna clone this, put it up here, but we want to merge them. Yeah, so that looks closer to what Starship looks like. So that's what we're gonna do. This we'll probably have to remove, right? Yeah. How close is that? I want to try to get them as close as possibly honest. There we go. Beautiful. And let us duplicate this one again. Put it here. Oops, no, not there. And then just get our move tool here, which will just, because we've got snap tool enabled. Once we move it down, there we go. Perfection. And they're not too close to the engines, which is good. So now we're going to save this. The big issue now is these engines actually should be a little bit further up. Let me just check the... yeah, they're going to have to be further up. So we'll take the move tool again, and we should be able to move all three at the same time. Yeah. Maybe a little bit further. Doesn't look that good. There we go. Let me just, again, I want to check try to make it as accurate as possible. No, actually enveloped within it. Okay, so they actually should be even further in. They should, yeah, about there. That's what they look like on the actual one, but you're not looking at the clip parts, so. Let's do this now. Now we have to figure out how the fuck we're going to get that second stage to connect to this. I don't know if we have to create some sort of thing here to couple them. Let's see what we can do with the coupler. See if it actually recognizes it or tries to connect it to one specific engine. And we don't even have one that's, yeah, we don't have one that even is like the shuttle, the body, I should say. All right, well, it does fit. Okay, that's good. So that's flush, and that's what we want. All right, so now we have to build a rocket that is quite large underneath it. And we unfortunately can't use this because, oh no, it is. It is the same size. Excellent. All right. So we actually can build it the way we want to. All right, so we need the biggest one here. Where is it? This one. Yeah. And we're going to leave it, unlike making it orange like we did the other day, because that matches much more, was it Artemis with its orange main stage. The Starship SpaceX first stage is basically all metallic looking. They're using steel, which is a lot different from aluminum. And there's a lot of different reasons why. It's, if you really are interested in the science and stuff, I think you'll be fascinated with the reasons why they're going with something that is a lot heavier. But it's just a very, very cool concept, and does throw you back to those old beliefs of what would be, what would come from space travel and what kind of rockets we would have and all that sort of thing. And some of them were way off, but all right, so it should be the right size, at least proportion. But the first stage of the SpaceX rocket has 33 main engines. 33 main engines. So it is extremely powerful. And I don't know if we can fit all of them because we still have to use Actually, technically, we're using larger engines that would be normally used in this stage here, because this is the one, the super heavy Falcon is the one that has the bigger engines. And these motherfuckers are massively large and super powerful. They did a test the other day I talked about where they fired 7 full engines at the same time at full blast. The thing didn't shake apart and destroy itself like you saw with the Soviet moon rocket. And this thing is supposed to be running 33. So we're going to try to put as many on here as possible. Shout out to First Love in the chat. But this is the fun part, because then we can experiment as to what craziness goes on. So let me just check here. All right. So, here's the problem. I didn't put the fins in the right orientation. They're actually supposed to be moved. They're not supposed to be pointing down. They're supposed to be pointing up, I guess. Although, it's just, all right. I'll move them. I'll move them. We still haven't done these ones. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so let's go with 4 rotations. Let's see how that looks. 4 rotations. Yep. All right. So this is the rotate here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking good. All right. So yeah, we're gonna actually do this. Rotate again. Whoop. I think that's 4. Yep. And last but not least, this fin here. These things actually move on the real rocket. They can be downwards, they can be straight, and then they can fold upwards is what we see now. But this is they fold upwards specifically because when it's coming back into the atmosphere, this is supposed to create a lot more drag through air resistance. So that's the reason why they fold those in that direction. Now, these guys here have to be moved. So let's see, skibbity bop, move it this way. Yeah, perfect. Oh, and this guy's independent. Okay, fuck you. So we'll do that. Nope, he's still selected on that one. Well, I guess since we're already here, we'll do the rotate. 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see how that looks. Nope, it's too much. We want it aligned with that one. So how's that look? Perfect. Perfect. That's exactly how we want it. So, and that's why, because it's a double. Because I duplicated these. I cloned them when I did it. So let's take that. Make sure it's reset to single. Yeah, there we go. So rotate again. There you are. 1. I think there's only 1 that it needed. Nope, 2. Perfect. Perfect. All right, so that, save it real quick. We'll clone this, but we're going to have to rotate it. So, right there. I have to make sure that the height is at the same level. So move first. I think that's good. Got to zoom in. There we go. So that has to actually go down. Come on. Okay, it is. All right, so now it's the rotate. Oh, come on, stop it. Okay, so I think I got it. No, this one is... Why is that one more? These are the same, right? One of these is off. I think it's these ones. Okay, so that's a little better. I think these two have to be moved as well, so rotate one more. There we go. All right. There we go. So, save that. Oops, wrong way. Hi, Shid. Hi. All right, perfect. Perfect. All right, so we actually still have to add legs to this. I kind of forgot. So we're going to place them in. Oops, there goes my mic. It's not a punching bag, Dave. Come on. So we need to put legs into here. So let's do it to it. Where's our landing stuff? So we can place them inside actually, and just got to pick the right one. Yeah, but this doesn't work really well when it's clipped. You can see these ones just basically fold out. This one actually, if you take a look at it, retract. Hold on. It's a little closer. They had a lot of these, but they have them basically on the inside here. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's see if this works. So let's do that. Let's make as many legs as possible. Actually, maybe not. Shout out to Irish Dave there in the chat. How's your football season going? Are you ready for World Cup? Because I am. And well, I'm not that much because I would have to wake up at 5 a.m. to watch Argentina play, which may be in the cards, but I really don't want to. But it's perfectly a great hour for you, my friend, to be there at the pub and enjoying some good football. Should be an interesting competition, not just for Qatar basically jailing anyone that wants to fly the rainbow, but you know, even Italy's not in. But yeah, it should be good. I'm looking forward to it. Danny, a man of prestige, after all, he is a lord. After all, he's a Scottish lord, so I'm sure he'll invite you to the lodge soon enough. It's only 1 foot by 1 foot plot, but he is a lord now. And yes, you guys can cavort over how England will lose badly. I certainly will. So let's get these wheels. Let's get these landing gear all configured. So we'll put it there, and then we'll rotate it, and it doesn't look very good. See, it goes through the engines and shit. We might have to make them external. And they're going to have to obviously reach lower than the fins and such. So, these are the biggest ones they've got available. Maybe 3. I don't know if that's enough. What if it's 4? Let's see what happens. Whoops. Wrong window. Yeah, well, you know, we all have to wait, Danny. I mean, it's every 4 years. We can't do much. 4's not too bad. It is kind of close to the... yeah, I probably would clip it, actually, if it rotated down, but The game probably won't mind. And this is actually going right through this. No, we can't do that. We're going to have to do with odd numbers. So let's see what happens with 5. Nope. Nope. That might work the best, actually. So that, I guess, is what we're going to try to do. Extract, or retract, I should say. There we go. Save that. And we now connect this to here. There we go. And we're going to... Whoops. There goes me punching the ladder again. Actually, I may have used ones that were a little too big, to be quite honest, compared to... Yeah, I'm a sucker for accuracy, so we're going to try that again, but with smaller legs. Let's see if 5 works. Nah, don't like that. Alright, so let's do this. Undo, undo, undo. There we go. Undo. There we go. So we've undid or undone our catastrophe there. And we'll use the same legs on the main stage. This is the one that's going to be a challenge. I'm not too sure how we're going to fit so many engines on this fucker. You're damn right England sucks. Fuck the UK. God save the Queen. Alright, so, well, she's probably been put into a new body now, so we'll see what happens. Alright, let's see how many engines we can pop on this motherfucker and see if this thing doesn't fucking blow itself apart. And actually, what we're going to have to do is we're going to somewhat do a little cheat here. We're going to have to attach external portions, where are they, to this, which will allow for us to attach multiple engines. Skibbity bop doo doo, shibbity bop. Yeah, I haven't looked into the RCS now to think of it, of this beast. Nah, fuck it. Yeah, I put a lot of effort into this, so yeah, we'll just deal with it the way it is. It's a lot of landing legs. Fuck. All right, well, let's do it to it. Where is the... Was it aerodynamics? I think so. How big are these ones? Yeah, I think this is what we're going to do. Yeah, this is what we're going to do. We're going to surround this fuck with all these. So we're going to attach an engine to each of those. This thing is going to be massively powerful. So, oops. No, come on. Come on. There we go. All right. So we got the outer. This is going to be fucked. And we want to add more in here. How many can we fit? Doesn't look like the full complement of, what is that, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, I don't think we can fit 8 on here because they'll be chopping into each other and, you know, aesthetics and all that. That doesn't look too bad. We're going to have to put one in the middle as well. So that's how many here? Well, actually, he's telling us. We got 8 and 8. 8 on the outside, 8 on the inside. Obviously 16. So I guess we'll add one for 17. All right, so take off clone, and hopefully we can get this hooked in there. Actually, we'll have to do this. Nope. There we go. Flippity flop. Like many losers in this community. And high tab high. We'll put this motherfucker right in there. We just have to try to make sure that it locks. Oh, come on. Almost. Yeah, and granted, a few of them are covering each other and blah, blah, blah. Still, that's kind of a sloppy looking engine, to be quite honest. Um, Still, a lot of muscle. Let's turn this thing around. It's a good cluster. This thing does not have. Let me just check to be sure, but I didn't see any control surfaces or fins. Actually, it does have fins at the bottom. Actually. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna have to adjust our design here. It's not what I want. Perhaps I need some inspiration from Zavid. I know it's 5:27. Feels like it's 8 o'clock. It's so dark. But actually, I think I'm going to have to adjust this slightly. I want more. I want more rockets. Much more. Let's see how many we can cram on this motherfucker and see if whether or not the thing fucking blows apart while we try it. And this obviously is one of Elon Musk's challenge, is how powerful could we make this shit? So, and yes, I could adjust a few things, but this is a preliminary stage. Then we just learn from our mistakes. So, okay, that's as many as we can provide there. If I clone that, can I move it? Fuck it. Well, let's do it. All right, so what kind of wings are we going to choose? Yeah, let's just fucking do it. Let's fucking do it. All these engines attached. How many do we got now? Was it 16, 24, 25 engines? Well, we're closer. We are closer. Oh, the swiveling, the swiveling. Are we going to allow the swiveling? That might... You know what, fuck it. Let's just show you guys what happens when the swiveling happens. It's, hilarity, yes! Yes! Oof. I also forgot about the fact that, we have to land this thing, too. Fuck it. Right now, we're just going to test out whether or not this thing can get into the atmosphere. Then we'll fucking try to make it better. But this should be fun, because there's going to be a lot of stuff probably going wrong. So, here... well, actually, no. Before we do that, we need some aerodynamics. We need to add some sort of... Actually, no. The part's not going to land. Fuck it. We're just going to see how powerful this fucker is. So, 3, 4, there we go, 4. We like alignment, so let's do it like that. There we go. Hopefully it should be enough to clear the launch tower. But Starship Super. Let's see how badly this thing goes. Oh, actually, we got to make sure our staging's right. All right, so there are towers, and our rockets go first. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Well, remember, Elon Musk has blown up a lot of his rockets, and he has made an effort to test their viability. So this is not far from the truth. Um, Still, it would probably cost a lot of money, but you save money in the long run, actually, by working out all these kinks. So, yeah. Let's fast forward, actually, so we can get some light on this. Or time warp. I like to say fast forward. That's what I grew up on, you know, VCRs and beta tapes. You don't rewind an 8-track, though. Those just go right back to playing the first song, so. All right, so activate SAS. Throttle up to, let's say, 66%. And this thing is insane. This is great. This is well, it's a pipe. Oh my god. Already at 7 kilometers, experiencing massive thermal effects. If you try to move it, okay, so there you got the gimbal, the engines are heating us, but now we're starting to roll a bit. Surge control. Oh, first stage is gone. At what altitude? 122. And trying to get it at the 90. There we go. Close, close. There we go. Come on. Halfway through. Oh shit. Look at that. I should have done that, because now we're going to be coming in very steep, and that's not what is intended for Starship. Supposed to get to orbit, about 100 kilometers to, well, depends. 100 kilometers for a stable orbit. Space station, I think, is at a 450 kilometers. Sorry, guys, you're going to have to do the translations to American. But, well, I can tell you 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers. From that, you're going to have to figure it out. But, yeah, it wants to get into stable orbit. We've used half of the fuel, which isn't good, because this thing, if it was working properly, and we could have controlled our ascent, and, yeah, that would have included control surfaces, so wings and stuff, on the main rocket, which I was debating on, but I said, fuck it. That would ensure that we would have a much more stable insertion into orbit. Because this thing is not supposed to be coming in from such a steep angle. It's supposed, okay, so the one that's planned for the moon is supposed to go directly to the moon, transfer cargo and stuff, take the astronauts that get to the moon through the Artemis craft. It's the Orion capsule, but the Artemis missions. So that little dinky capsule is going to hook up with the SpaceX super, giant rocket, the Starship, and that thing is going to land on the surface. And then it's going to come back, but it's not going to land back on Earth. The moon ones are made specifically, the SpaceX Starship craft that are supposed to land on the moon, what they just received a $1.5 billion contract from NASA, those things are never supposed to come back into orbit, or back into the atmosphere. They can maintain an orbit, get refueled, and then get sent out back to the moon. But they don't have the necessary thermal panels that are supposed to allow it to do what the primary Starship is, which is get a huge fucking load of goods into orbit and sometimes fuel to refuel other ships and then come back down through the atmosphere and then be reused again. The ones that are dedicated for the moon will not be coming back to Earth, soil. They'll either continue to orbit Earth and then go back to the moon, or they'll be permanently stationed on the moon as some sort of base. So it's fucking cool. Danny MT. Oh, shout out to the lovely Ms. Tiff in the chat. She says, "Hi, Dave. I hope you're having a pleasant Thursday." Well, I'm alive, and another blessed day. So Danny MT says, "Holy shit, where have you been, stranger?" Oh, he's referring to Tiff. Tiff's been cruising the world. She's been on these massive cruise ship packages and stuff, so visiting all these places and enjoying her life. Yeah, that's the cover story. Working. Sure, working. You're cavorting there with European barons on the coast of Monaco. But all right, so back to discussion here. So obviously, launch could have gone a lot better, but we're going to see how this thing goes. We can, once we get to this point, we can create a better descent angle. And the issue here is it wasn't stocked properly, and the electric charge, will only charge when the rocket is working. Like this, the rocket will expend its fuel, its electric charge, and then it'll be dead in the water. So even if I was to try to move around like this, I'm going to start expending electric charge, and although it has the ability for its momentum to be changed, that does cost electricity, which isn't being recharged unless I'm using the rocket. So if anything, if I want to reduce and optimize, if I want to optimize the use of the electricity and reduce the waste, I've got to wait till that opportune time up here at the apogee, or the apoapsis, I should say. But apogee is a related word. To reduce our angle, it's called angle of attack, because it's way too steep, to sufficiently slow down the craft. Danny says, "Get that grind and hustle." But yes, I love the space, and I am also a very big proponent that we really shouldn't be wasting money going to Mars with humans when we still have poverty on Earth. Space exploration is important, but not as important as life on this planet. So I'm a passionate person about space, regardless of either side. But yes, let's fast forward so that we can get to our apoapsis here. This is our, again, highest point over the surface of the planet. Also, you guys can check out the progress of the Artemis 1 mission by just Google it on Google, obviously, but use the terms track Artemis 1 mission. If you find the right one, it should take you directly to there. I found that if you go through NASA, through their main page, it'll take you through a couple of pages before you find it. You can actually see its orientation. You can see it's very similar to Kerbal's. They're showing actually the orbit graphically and distance and so forth. It's a very cool interface, but it's actually using the Unreal Engine. All right, so got to slow down here, and we're now starting to pick up speed. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to orient ourselves in the retrograde. And we continue to waste energy. Now we're going to fire our engines. This will reduce. Oh, actually, no. We should have increased it. My bad. So we still have, and these engines burn real quick. You can actually adjust the amount of burn that you have with these engines. How much, ex- not exhaust, but fuel is being consumed. So, yeah, we're just reducing our periapsis here, lowest point, and we'll leave a little bit left in the tank in case we need to alter. We'll do it a little bit higher. There, 26 kilometers. That's good enough. So we now have to make sure that we're pointing in the right direction. So we are pointing in prograde. And we're just going to orient ourselves this way. You can see that our charge has increased, but it won't increase unless we have additional solar panels or a battery, which still gets diminished. If you want to recharge them, you need either a fuel cell, which is very cool. I've never shown that on a stream, or there's a few other things that you can do to replenish, including solar panels. So there's basically a nuclear isotope generator. So that I've shown that in the past, and I've tried to make it look like I made a nuclear reactor. But yeah, they use that in space and stuff. It's got a radioactive isotope. It essentially powers the craft for a long time. I'm not going to go into the great details because I'll probably bore you to death. So this is what this motherfucker's supposed to do. Let's just put it back on normal here, stability assist. So when it comes into the atmosphere, it's actually supposed to be pointing essentially what's called radial out. There we go. All right, so what that means, well, apart from the fact that if you think about it, the radius is half of the circle here. It goes out equatorially, as such, radial out as opposed to radial in. And what it's supposed to do in this case is, as it encounters the atmosphere, because there's more surface area, it's supposed to slow down faster. And as such, it reduces the speed and allows for a much more controlled landing. Not just from entry, but landing. And it's an interesting concept because even, well, the shuttle used it, but not to this extreme. They're planning to use this sort of orientation, which is almost 90 degrees, when entering Mars's atmosphere. Mars's atmosphere is much thinner than Earth's atmosphere, and as such, even parachutes have difficulty grabbing onto enough atmosphere to slow itself, slow whatever, the probe or lander, down sufficiently because the atmosphere is so thin. So this craft has been proposed is supposed to be very good for landing on Mars, and as such, because they've already demonstrated that they can land vertically, it'll be a lot easier to then launch off the planet using the same craft. So, but I find it fascinating. There's, for example, the Virgin space. I can't remember what it's called, but the Virgin space plane, which had some major accidents in its testing and stuff. One pilot died. It broke apart. It was launched from the launcher plane. This thing took off. Its rocket engine ignited, and I think within 20 seconds the thing broke apart. And again, imagine if you're flying an SR-71, and this has happened as well, that you're flying at high altitudes at extremely high speeds, and then the plane starts to break apart around you, and the next thing you know, you're 130,000 feet up surrounded by basically what's space almost. Um, there, there's no sound, and you feel basically like you're floating because there's such a thin atmosphere. You're not noticing your descent and acceleration and stuff. And yeah, if you ever look into those stories about the pilots that had to deal with high atmosphere breakups of jet planes, including the SR-71, fucking crazy stories, crazy. And very similar to people who pilot high altitude planes like the SR-71 or the U-2. Um, Astronauts currently have a very similar system. It's a pressure suit, which is supposed to at least allow you to survive a depressurization situation in emergencies. It's not meant to go on spacewalks. Um, might even burn up in spacewalks because the sun, anything exposed to the sun goes to about 250 Fahrenheit. Um, so yeah, the materials probably wouldn't survive, but it's supposed to, at least if your shuttle decompresses, that at least you've got oxygen and you're not basically exploding from the lack of pressure. But yeah, let's fast forward this motherfucker. We gotta monitor our altitude because we want to come in. Look, if I was to leave it on the, was it radial out at the right angle, we'd be continually utilizing our electricity, and as such, we'd probably run out. So we just got to wait till we're a lot closer to the surface, and then we can just make sure that we maintain that angle right prior to us encountering the atmosphere. So, and Danny, you're a mechanical engineer. Why have you never provided any of your advice when it comes to the engineering of the Dave's Reich? I mean, I would expect that from supposedly a cousin. Still have to see the papers on that one. All right, so we're coming in at 100 kilometers or so. We need to be pointing in the radial out. Oh, fuck, we're going to be landing in darkness? Motherfuckers. 9. I will not accept this. We're at 100 kilometers. Normal. Let's see if this... Yeah, let's see what we can pull off. No, that's not going to work. We need normal, right? No. We're just at normal. Oh. Well, I tried to increase the altitude, but looks like we're going to end up encountering the atmosphere in the dark at about 47 kilometers. All right. Let's get ourselves into radial out here. There we go. See, that's what it's supposed to do. So as it enters the atmosphere, it's supposed to have its belly towards its entry. And this is supposed to slow it down substantially so that it can actually have enough control when it comes to land. Because all these are planned to be reusable. Oh, can't control it. Control surfaces are clearly not working the way they were intended. Well, in the real version, they actually bend or fold. Let's see what happens. This thing's going to blow up. Is this dropping, or am I going to end up bouncing off the atmosphere and going right back into orbit? because that's something they actually have to prevent with the Artemis mission, is that it's going to be coming back from a steep angle. And I heard today on the radio they're like, oh, it's going to try skipping off the atmosphere, and this is the first time it's tried it. It's like, no, no, it's not. That's exactly what the Apollo mission did. So, or supposedly did. Well, maybe they were telling the truth then. Because coming in at that speed, which is, I think it's 17,500 miles per hour, that's escape velocity, but that's the speed you're going to be coming back at. And yeah, you got to prepare for the atmosphere. So are we going up? Yeah, I bounced off the atmosphere. I bounced off the atmosphere. And it looks like on the next turn, it'll probably, yeah, the orbit will decay, which means it'll just keep reducing itself further and further and further. So the next pass, it might be 30 kilometers or something. And that might be enough to have the craft actually burn up in the atmosphere or land or crash. But I'm going to disable stability assist, and we're going to see what happens. I'm going to actually fast forward and see if it actually decays to the point where this thing actually falls back into the atmosphere. And I'm going to try actually to revise it and see if I can actually make it do what it's supposed to do. Come on, fast forward more. Can't go faster until it's further from the planet. Yeah, this is stable right now, so... Alright. I'll leave that up there, and I'm going to actually go revert flight to vehicle assembly. So, it's like that mission never happened. Amazing. So, we need to add some control surfaces to our rocket to ensure that she can fly high. So, where are we going to start with this one? Now, we did get some great measurements here, but we need some RCS. I might just end up clipping it inside. That might just be the easiest way to do it. But, oh, and solar panels. That's a big one. We got the legs and all that. Electricity was one. Just wondering about the RCS. That's the big thing, is where to store that. Because we're going to need to maneuver in orbit. And the electric charge also is another issue. Rather. Let's see what I can find. Maybe some solar panels. No, that wouldn't be good. Well, I will dwell on that while I find the appropriate type of surfaces. Sorry for sounding like a snake. Let's see. How are we going to do this? Yeah, I'm going to have to leave that like that. The issue is these are supposed to be a little bit moved out. I'll call this Starship Super Falcon. Und save that. We're going to remove this and remove that. So we have the two. Let's move this. Touching, but not too badly. Not much room to put another engine in here. I need those surfaces. Alright, so what can we determine from this? Okay, so a little bit of a clipping there. Could be a little higher. Nope. Close enough. Let's save that just to be sure. There was another thing that might... No, that wouldn't allow it. Actually, hold on. Structural. These things here... You can attach... Nah, but that doesn't work. You can have something like this where you've got 4. And you might be able to crowd them around. That wouldn't look good. So I guess we're going to have to duplicate this to 8. All right. And I'm still going to try to get as many engines out here as possible. All right, we got that. I'll just check this message real quick. Skibbity bop da da, shooby dooby doo wah. All right, back to this, and we need some control surfaces. Oh, it forces us to choose that. Not a fan. I might be able to make it work. Okay, so stupid fucking shit. Okay, well, the next one then. Come on. Close enough. At least I'll be able to control it much better. Still too small. What the fuck? What the fucking... That's not it either. That's not what we want. We want something bigger. There we go. There she be. There she be. No. No. I. Nay. No. Damn it. What you do, Dave? There we go. Nope. Nope. There we go. Yes. Little science fiction-y, but I can dig it. And I like it. I like it a lot. So it looks beauts. Maybe we'll add some legs to the outside of this. Alrighty. And you turn around. You turn around. See, I don't even know if it's going to be long enough to fucking get to the ground. Not even. I mean, no, that's not even going to fucking work. No. Ah, fuck. Let's just undo that. There we go. Ignore my fuck up. That's the closest I can get, and that ain't gonna fucking work. Okay, I know what I can do. We can add yet another surface. I gotta save this though. Gotta save it. Structural surface. Nope, structural surface. Now, where is that thing? I know. There's something I'm looking for. Can't remember where it is, but it's a little pod. Might be a fuel pod, but we shall see. No, it's not that. Perhaps in the aerodynamic. I was here though. Where are you? Oh, there it was. I did see it. Alright, so how big are these guys? I don't know if this is going to work, but let's see. It's worth a shot. It's, orientation needs to be better. Yeah, there we go. We're going to move these down. Nope. We're going to do this now. We're going to attach these legs and then rotate it. Hello? No. So, no, 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 rotate. There we go. And there we go. So, now we have to rotate these in. I'm going to do this. These are sticking out. Move. That's what we're going to do. We're going to move it. Still not good enough. Perfect. Now, let's see where these are. Encumbering the engine. So, we're going to move again. Move these things upwards. Not a fan of this. We're going to have to rotate back. We're going to have to move these into the object. Move that down, yeah. There we go. That should work, yeah. And then rotate the leg. There we go. Right, let's retract that, see what it looks like. Yeah, we can do that. I like that. All right. Well, should fare a lot better than the last one, but come on, get the fuck out of here. First, should I get this thing set up for launch? Nope, still clipping. It won't let me do. Hold on. Let's see if that works. 9. There we go. 4. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Next thing up. Control surfaces are good. We do need a battery. We do need. Oh, and we need the. Okay, so this bottom part here is supposed to land on its own. So what we're going to do actually is we're going to go to sub-assemblies here. Where's okay, so you build again, something below, so a sub-assembly. So this thing. I've got basically a rocket, towers, all this stuff, and it's ready to attach to anything. I could attach this to a payload that would send a satellite up. So I take this, I take it, and I put it in here, sub-assembly. So it says, oh, well, what is this? And I call it Super Falcon, okay, because this is what they're calling it in SpaceX. So the Super Falcon is the lifter, if you want to call it that. And then we say save. So we'll attach this again. But if I ever want to attach the... What the fuck? Well, like I just demonstrated, if I ever want to attach this assembly, this sub-assembly to another rocket, I've got it ready. So very similar to, say, well, there's a lot of different space programs out there that have a base rocket, and then you attach whatever cargo or uh, crew capsule that you want to it to, you know, do what you need. So we also have to attach, where are they? The aero brakes. There we are. And you'll see these as hexagonal metal flaps that come out from the SpaceX Super Falcon Heavy rocket booster. And this allows it to redirect itself, because these things sort of turn. It's a very unique and amazingly intelligent way of utilizing atmospheric disturbance to be able to redirect your rocket back down for a very accurate landing. So we're going to add that. I gotta see how many, because it has 4, but yeah, I guess we'll just use 4. Try to emulate as close as possible, but they actually have to be this way. We'll put them up here, I guess. There we go. We'll save that. Actually, we should have added that to the sub-assembly, but regardless, we'll still be doing this for a test. Well, it'll be our second test. But now we've got a lot more control surfaces here, so this thing should certainly be much more maneuverable. These will help slow the... Well, this is in preparation for when we do make this a stage which can land on its own. But right now we're trying to prove the viability of this Super Falcon, the Starship portion of this. And I got to figure out, do we need... We'll leave it like this for now. I think I know what I have to do. I'm going to have to end up splitting up this part, because we're going to need a section that's going to be specifically for RCS to move around. I may end up having actually use one of these portions for cargo. But again, I'm just trying to make it as accurate as possible, and I'm having fun doing it. And you're just going to have to listen to me prattle on. There you go. Another word that's not used very often. Prattle on. And figure out exactly what would be the best way to do this. So I am quite curious. Yes. The issue also is the batteries. That's another thing. Well, you know what? Quick, cheap solution. We'll just remove that. Battery pop. Nope, too small. Just right. All right, there we go. Maybe it'll provide more. I guess we'll add some solar panels here. Just trying to think how we're going to do this. Yeah, fine. Actually, some of the ones planned for the moon, the Starship craft, are actually going to have solar panels basically embedded over a huge portion of the fuselage. And they will rely on those to actually power the craft, amongst other things. But because they're not planning to go back to Earth through the atmosphere, there's no need to worry about these things burning up in, in the plasma that occurs when a craft like of this size would re-enter. But hey, this thing is still meant to re-enter the atmosphere, so we'll see how these fare. I mean, it's an unmanned, unkerbal test after all. So we'll see if we fare any better. Better. I am Latino. It's better. It's better. All right. Let's give it a shot. See how this motherfucker does. Anything else? Should not be. So, well, let's do it. And again, we are going to fast forward the time so we get some sun and we can actually see what we're fucking doing. It's always nice. And it looks like there's an eclipse. Really? Impossible. Or is it? Oh. Press the wrong window. It is! There is an actual eclipse going on. Holy shit! Oh, that's not what I wanted. 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 It's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. No. Where is my... There we go. F2. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. I did not expect this. This is fucking awesome. An actual fucking eclipse in this game. That is so fucking cool. I'm just going to chill here right now. I did not expect this. Don't give a fuck how many people are or not watching. This game is fucking awesome. Never encountered an actual eclipse. Just, I mean, you fast forward in time, you'll encounter one. But ever just launching a craft and just finding it there, announcing your launch, to me this is fucking just delicious. Especially for the esoteric aspects, but you have to wait to hear from me on that when it comes to that sort of thing. But yeah, holy fuck, that is so fucking cool. That calls for a bowl filled with cannabis. And truly I shall enjoy it. Oh yes, the tree of life is strong with me. Fucking awesome. I don't care how long this thing lasts. And it probably won't be long. Obviously, we can see movement and such, but damn, that was fucking beautiful. There was an eclipse a few weeks ago. It was way too cloudy, and it was going to be visible about 3 a.m. for me. So there was no chance of me enjoying that. But I have in the past, and it is truly enjoyable for those that love the space. But, yeah, if you experienced that, I'm sure it was super awesome. So this thing... Well, as the moon continues to progress, we'll see the ground become lighter again. More sunlight will reach us. And the eclipse will be over. But damn, this was fucking super cool. And if you consider the odd that we have when it comes to solar or lunar eclipse, imagine what your ancestors felt on seeing such a phenomenon, which again, thousands of years ago, not fully understood. So the beliefs that came with that, the thoughts of what was occurring, and just, well, because there isn't as much light or chemical pollution in the atmosphere, you could have seen this as well as thousands of other stars. And what kind of thought would our ancestors have on this? Fucking awesome. Let's check that map again here. So, as you can see, we are right there. Right there. Where is it? Where are we? I think we're right. Yeah, we're right here. That's where we are. That's Kerbal Space Center. And look at that. Look at that. So obviously we've seen this progress. It was at full eclipse a while ago, but it is progressing because this is the orbit. Now we move forward in orbit this way. The moon is orbiting in this direction. But yeah, just incredible. And as you can see, it's getting lighter now because obviously the moon is moving away from the sun's light. That's fucking awesome. And this is another reason why it seems to be that the symbol in Islam is the crescent moon. Is there was many a times in ancient days where eclipses would cause this creation of a crescent, as you can see right here. So, oh, and there it goes. There it disappeared. Where's the moon now? Did it move? Yeah, it moved out of... Where's the moon? Supposedly there, or did it disappear? Maybe the game broke. All right, well, let's get back to business. SAS on. Throttle to 66%. And let's see if this time we can actually keep control of our craft. I'll wait on smoking the bowl after the success or failure of this mission. So, now we'll see. Actually, gears? Is it gears? No, it's not gears. Gears is the lander. What are these? I didn't assign a key. You can assign a key. I don't want to get too crazy with you guys, but you can assign a key to deploy them all at the same time. If you deploy one, it's only going to... Actually, that's funny. I guess it does them all. I've experienced in the past where they only do one at a time. And you have to get a key that applies to them all. But we didn't apply a key for that. So we'll separate that later and test that. But at least in this version of the game, in the later versions, because there's only two, this is 0.18. This is not 0.20, which is the full version. You can actually manage multiple craft. So you'll send one into orbit, and the other one you can switch to and land it and not lose the save game in the first one that you sent out. So that's why it's worth buying this game. All right, so let's do this. Get SAS active, and this fucking rocket we already saw just recently that it certainly has a lot of fucking power. Look at this shit. What the fuck? Hold on. I'm trying to figure out why are these yellow marks? Look at all these engines that are being used at the same time. That's hilarious. We're at 10 kilometers within seconds. We're still on an equatorial orbit. That's good. What the fuck is going on now? Holy shit, what? What the fuck just happened there? We went so fucking fast that we increased our apoapsis. Dude, that's crazy. And I'm not sure I've activated something. All these little red lines and things, they're trying to tell me something. I just don't know what they fucking are. So let's just revert our flight there back to the launch. Danny MT says this is insane. Yes, it is insane. I think maybe instead of starting at 66%, we need to start at like 33%, because this rocket is stupidly overpowered. This is very similar to Soviet-style rockets. They put way too many engines in them, and that's why the N1 failed. It had more engines, actually. It had more than 33 engines, and I mean that's the one. That's the engine. That's the rocket that's going to be launched soon by Elon Musk that we're trying to emulate, and we don't have anything close to that. I'm trying to fast forward, but I don't know why it's not. There we go. Is it fast forwarding? There we go. Let's go a little slower than. There we go. All right, so this time, you know what? This time I'm gonna smoke that bowl, because I deserve it. And fuck, we'll see what we can pull off here. All right, we're gonna increase the 33%. Fucking 33%. We're already. This is the orientation that we want. Fuck. This is crazy. So I'm gonna set up the map here. 4 kilometers. At about 10, we're going to want to pull in and start to try to do our insertion. This is only at 33%, and look at how much fucking fuel this motherfucker has. And that's just from this stage. We could make this so that half of it was fuel and half of it was cargo. And we could put some heavy shit in there, and it would still. Not going in the right direction. This is where I want to go. There we go. See this? There we go. There we go. But the problem is that, well, technically this thing should have enough fuel to land. It's supposed to get into orbit, and this thing is supposed to. So we're going to have to do something about that. But this thing is supposed to continue, and once in orbit, then be able to land. But yeah, with that portion there, that needs to have enough to land. So we've got an apoapsis of 91 kilometers, which means we're going to have to. Oh, there we go. Just circularize our orbit. We'll point in prograde here. And this should adjust shortly. Let's check our levels. We need to be getting some sun from or some light from the sun to recharge our electrical. We got full fuel though, so that's good. And I'm going to see what we can do here. All right, so let's orient ourselves and hit those rockets. So see if, oh shit, this thing doesn't have much control. Look at this thing bobbling around. I don't know why. Oh, because the stupid fucking things are gimbaling. That means that they can move around. Alright, let's see if we can do this again. No, what are you doing? What are you... No! What the hell's going on? Okay, well that's very fucked. This thing is not for... And it's strange because the previous one wasn't experiencing these problems, but... And if I was to need... I'm only 81... I mean, I'm outside the atmosphere. There should be no reason why I'm experiencing this tumbling effect. So if I was to do stability, raise our nose... And it just goes haywire. And I can't see any reason why it would do that, though. The last time it was engineered and, well, it was almost identical. I don't think I changed much. And yet, for some fucking reason, this thing is not acting like it should. Well, we still have fuel. Let's see what happens even if I just a little bit, just a little nudge, this motherfucker just starts to go wayward. And we didn't see that last time. But this is the angle that we would want when we're re-entering Earth. The shuttle doesn't go at this angle. Actually, at some points it does. I don't think it's that extreme, but it still does a high angle. But yes, now we're actually seeing this land as it should. Hopefully it'll stay this way, but yeah, this is the way we're supposed to see this fucker land. And, well, at least get through the atmosphere. Then landing's the other issue, which I'm trying to replicate. Yeah, I know, Danny, it doesn't make sense, but this game, this game has, when it was developed, this game, because it was just a bunch of guys programming, they encountered a lot of programming issues. The fans, like myself, ended up calling it the Kraken, because the Space Kraken. Out of the blue, your ship would start to go crazy. We gotta stay fucking oriented here. And yeah, the Space Kraken, so the craziest shit would happen. And then they eventually started to include, Easter eggs in the game. Like, I believe, I'm not sure if it's the moon, but there's another planet in the Kerbal solar system that actually has a giant octopus, which is supposed to represent the Space Kraken. there's other things that happen in the game and such, and it's cool that they reference that. But yes, there are some things that don't make sense, and sometimes it's just a result that the programming doesn't sort of match up. But the results are hilarious, which is why this game is so fun, because you'll get situations where a rocket will vibrate to the point where, if you watch the other day, one of my rockets, the Artemis one, ended up having floppy dick syndrome, as I was calling it. And this thing, because it wasn't attached by struts properly, was just shaking around and flopping around. And, well, that's what you would have to equate it to. But it was quite hilarious. Now, I've been flying these things with, with no crew, because I've been trying to emulate them as best as possible when it comes to real-life scenarios. But me playing Kerbals always started with me wanting to do community Kerbals. And you can still see those, because I have them up. But it was basically have a bunch of different people from the community that were Kerbals and watch their reactions as we've set up a rocket that, isn't fully certified, and watch it blow apart as this person is thrown out into space, and, who knows. So I always thought that funny, and many others did as well. At least those that were intelligent enough, because you need to have a good intelligence or have the certifications of a lord to understand good comedy. Danny MT says, that was not meant to be posted. Laugh my ass off. Well, you did. So explain yourself, rapscallion. All right, so, no. We're trying to keep this thing fucking... No. Okay, this is coming in the atmosphere. There we go. Can we do this? Come on. Okay. Obviously, my the balance is off, as in both the airframe and the weight. This thing is supposed to come in nice and straight, so it's not controlling itself, despite the fact that we've got the SAS on to telling it keep it in line. Because we got stability assist here. So, yeah, it's somewhat like this. And then it's going to just come in hot. Okay, so, yeah, sea level, 12 kilometers. We're going to try to land, at least. We'll put gear up. Hold on, whatever we at? 2. No, shit. Yeah, this game, if you want to try to replicate real-world stuff, is challenging. But the new version, apparently it's got multiplayer. And it's not just going to be competitive, it's going to be cooperative. I just read that I think EGM came up with that. Fuck, it's not the way we're supposed to be doing this. But EGM, I think was the magazine, came out with an article earlier today that was saying this. Fuck, come on, no. No, stay up. It's supposed to land on its ass. Son of a bitch. Ah, there goes our fuel. Doesn't matter if we release our gear because there goes the ship. All right, well, let's revert actually to the assembly building. We will do two things. Now we're going to split them up now that we've seen how they've sort of operated. So we're going to go back to sub-assemblies. We're going to delete this one. We're going to include this one. We'll call this Falcon Heavy. And because we've got this saved here, we can just click on this and just always bring it up. We can delete these two, and we'll just call this Starship SN, because that's what they're using. Starship number. They're at 8 or 9 right now, so we'll call this X. And this will just watch launch and then land. I don't think we're going to need these then. Actually, we'll leave them on. Got to bring this thing down. Because we've seen this already before, is that they've launched this Starship on its own. It's gone up, I think, 20 kilometers. And then it's done its belly flop, slowed down, and then come in with the suicide landing, as they call it. And yeah, it's succeeded a couple of times, and I want to see this motherfucker hooked up to the big Super Raptor, or the Super Falcon Heavy, using the Raptor engines. But yeah, I can't wait. So let's see how we're gonna do this bad boy. Structural. All right. So let's get 3. Oops. What am I doing? There we go. All right. So those are good. So the intention is to make this thing launch, get up to a nice altitude, not even suborbital, and then land. We'll see if this works. The thing is, I'm going to leave the engine configuration the way it is. The reason why I'm saying that is because normally it's got 3 engines. Once the main stage expends itself, it ejects this stage. Okay? So it's going to have 3 engines, and it's going to fire those 3 engines, use that to stabilize its orbit, do what it needs to do in orbit, and then decelerate to get back into the atmosphere. Then it's going to disable one of those engines and land on land. And this is what this Starship is designed for. So I guess 3 engines is way too powerful, and they've designed it in a way that although it uses 3 to get into orbit and maneuver, do all that, that when it's landing, it disables one. Now, I'm not going to go that crazy this time, but I can easily do that. And I do love trying to be as accurate as possible. So I could go crazy and start configuring every single piece of fucking hardware that I add here to a specific key on the keyboard that would then be activated and so forth. And it would, would probably require, me to be full astronaut and write down a fucking checklist of procedures and so forth. Now, personally, makes me salivate. But hey, some people aren't as big as nerds as I am about space. But yeah, I mean, maybe I'll do that at some point. I know there's other people who have done that. Just look up online. Look at what people have done with Kerbal Space Program. They've created actual cockpits. Like some people like to make flight simulator cockpits and stuff in their own homes and, really customize it and so forth. Some people have done that for just plain video games. You've seen these machinations that somebody is playing a driving game for PC or a console, and this motherfucking thing is on, legs and stuff. It's moving around. Yeah, I mean, hey, if that's your thing, awesome. But all right, so let's get back to this here. What else? Okay, so we needed multiple stages here because this thing's trying to fuck around. So this engine obviously has only three. This rocket only has three engines. What else do I need to do? But yeah, so we're not going to replicate disabling one engine to do this. We're going to do three, see how it fares. And again, no Kerbals were harmed in the creation of this video. Also, I'm looking forward to finally talking conspiracies with Joe Cronin. But god damn it, that man has very bad timing and bad luck, it seems. But hopefully we can put that shit together soon, and we're going to be putting out some good shows. And yeah, Jesse, Jesse. But hey, I got it. So, where is my game? There it is. Again, we're going to have to fast forward. All right, so our intention is to launch, keep fuel sufficiently so that we can then land. But we'll see how far we can go. So 66%, I guess. SAS on, and let's launch it. Keep our eye on the fuel there. So what we're going to do is go in this direction, because we got land in that direction as opposed to ocean. And this should allow us to... Oh, no, shit. No. Okay, now we got a problem. Okay, well, maybe we can recover. Ah, damn it, wrong window. Alright, yeah, so we might be good. Maybe. Alright, so at 7 kilometers, we're going to stop. And we're going to prepare for our belly flop re-entry. And this would actually help if we were higher up in the atmosphere, but it's just how it's going to have to go. And he says, I definitely tune into those. Very interesting topics. I've got tons of them. I mean, everyone knows I could talk about it for hours, and I just don't want to do it in an intimate, an informal manner. Oh, fuck. Yeah, the weight on this shit, that's probably the biggest reason why this thing keeps flipping out. Because its nose is probably just, like, really too heavy for this thing to stay level. And it's supposed to do this. Like, at this point, so in real life, it's supposed to be doing this right now. Well, not really now. But, it's supposed to be keeping its belly to the ground and falling, god damn it, stop it, falling under control, which I'm not doing at all. Come on, chameleon, come on. And then finally, at the final points, we'll just remove the legs here, the gears. Hopefully we got enough fuel to do this. This is, yeah, basically not at 2 kilometers, though. I'm going to have to do retrograde. Yeah, it's supposed to then do its suicide. No! It's suicide landing. Son of a bitch! If it stays, yes. Maybe. But yeah, it's supposed to fire off. Hold on, how? Oh, no, 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 no. No, it's supposed to. No, 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 no. Damn it. It's supposed to fire off, hard at the last portion. Damn it. That was so close. But, yeah, at the last moment, it's supposed to fire off strong and come down on a nice soft landing, but we certainly didn't see that. I want to try once more. Revert to launch. All right, so. Try to aim for land. At least to go over that. No, 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 no. Jeez, this play very poorly designed, Dave. All right, well, let's see if we can slow ourselves down. Come on, you. All right. What the fuck? Oh, because I don't have I don't have the SAS on, so fucked up there. So we're gonna go at retrograde. We want to stop our surface speed. So we're going to go retrograde, I guess. Danny was like, I was hoping you'd pull it off. Haha, close. Indeed, but we're getting there. We should be able to hopefully pull this one off. I'm just not getting much control. That's the problem. Jeez. Gonna release the gears. Since I've got gimbaling. Yeah, there we go. No, now I'm going up again. Damn it. Let's see where I'm supposed to land. So if I go to map, just don't want to land in, I'm going to land in the water. Or maybe not. All right, so gotta wait for us to flip. We need retrograde. If we can keep ourselves in this direction, which doesn't look likely, and with the fuel that we've got, this is also another thing, is that this is what it's supposed to do in real life. It's supposed to use the rest of its final fuel in this landing. If it doesn't do it, it's dead. So we're at well, we're way too low regardless. God damn it, come on, Elon Musk, you owe me. Oh, no, no. I told the engine to shut off. God damn it. Well, closer. Oh, man. I don't know. I kind of want to keep going. This has just been fun. I think I will. I think I'm gonna try once more, maybe. We'll see. The game's a little addictive, so if you have offer me a bump, I might just keep going back. So you never know. Let's go back to lunch. I'm gonna try to not go as high this time. Danny says, "Give it another go." Aye, aye, my lord. So we're waiting for the sun to come up as we time warp again. Come now. Yeah, but it's going to be funny, Danny, when I start to include, everyone always loved this when I did the community Kerbals and had a specific person represented by a Kerbal. So you'd see Bullfrog, like, pull the stupidest shit, and then somehow he'd survive, despite it being, like, the most disastrous launch ever. So, people like that stuff. So, let's see here. SAS on. Hello. SAS. Now it's not working. Why is it not working? Hello. It's not working. This game has just literally stopped working. Oh, it's because I'm an idiot. Okay. I had it on time warp, so don't be an idiot. SAS on. There we go. Well, the sun's in a good position. Throttle up to, let's say, 33%. So we're only 33%. Let's reduce our rockets here. Let's, I guess, stay in. Actually, no. Let's stay in. No. I want to fall down exactly there. No. This thing is just top heavy. That's the problem. The nose just wants to fucking go down. No! Son of a bitch! Shout out to Bird2393. He says, we're going to Mars. Awesome. We first have to make this thing fucking work. Trying to make the, this cabin actually survived, but I've got to figure out how to make this. See, I've got a lot of monopropellant on there, but without the thrusters, it doesn't work. But there's not much you can do to reduce the weight of this. So it's going to be top heavy unless I make the ass a lot heavier. So let's just revert the flight to the vehicle assembly building. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a new one. And I'm going to pick the thing here. Skibbity bop da da. Is that the one I want? I think it is. Guidance unit, yes. And we're going to attach this to our sub-assembly. This is the whole purpose of creating these sub-assemblies. So we have the Falcon Heavy, right? This thing. Much bigger than I expected there. But let's see here. Skibbity bop. Units. Was this... Which one's the bigger one? I thought there was one that was entirely the size of this one. the same one as this. No, I guess I was wrong. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to attach this. So this is going to be a separate, we're trying to replicate the other portion, the Falcon Heavy, the one that is supposed to be able to land on its own. Shout out to Jacob RP, señor. Buenas noches, ¿y cómo estás esta noche? ¿Está todo bien? ¿Estás comiendo algo? ¿Algo delicioso? Empanadas argentinas, por ejemplo. Facturas por ahí. Hay mucho que puedes comer. Anywho. And Jacob, all I can say is be patient. Tené paciencia. Hay cosas que están viniendo. Y nunca apures algo que es bueno. La única cosa que te puedo decir, ¿ok? Bueno, seguimos. We're going to attempt to replicate what SpaceX does, which is... oops, did I pick the wrong one? It's the same one. Smaller. Okay, so I'm trying to replicate what SpaceX does, which is to have the booster, Falcon Heavy, land after launching. So, here's where I'm going to show you this. Where is it? Actions? Yes, actions. So, there is this. You click on these, and to toggle them, that is, you click once, it opens, click once, it closes, because you can either just define one key to a certain action. So one key would be extend, one key would be to retract. Or you can just have one key that says, okay, open, close, you know. It's like the button for your window in your car, if you've got an automatic window thing. I don't, because I'm a man. But if you got something like that, you press the button once, it goes all the way down. You press it again, it goes all the way up. It's a toggle switch. That's what it's called. So this is what we're going to do. So toggle. There we go. So hold on. What do I do here? No, custom one. That's what we're going to do. Custom one. So if I press the key 1, it'll toggle it. So I'll show you how that works. Am I going to try to make this fancy? Yeah, why not? Structural. And I hope you have it all a good evening tonight, yes? Yes? Your first drama emperor certainly wishes that of you. Although I do question, where is the 4th drama emperor? I have not heard from him in quite some time. Alright, so it's not going to work. We're going to keep it this way. Skibbity bop da ba. We'll name this Falcon Super Heavy. Save that. And yeah, we should be good to go. So let's see how this motherfucker plays. Why you say Marsax? Jacob, why you say Marsax? Again at night. There we go. SAS on. Throttle to 33 because the fucking rocket already showed its superpowers. Yeah, this thing is fucking... If I can get this under control and design it properly, this lifter is going to fucking get anything into orbit. And still not even close to the number of engines that Elon Musk has on his. But, like, again, at 33%, this thing is fucking accelerating faster than, you know, a lot of different spacecraft. It's 7 kilometers already, and this thing is increasing its apoapsis dramatically. We could just cut off the engines and this motherfucker's gets to sail up to fucking 33 kilometers, increase the engines to 100. Look how quick that apoapsis changes. You know what? I'm really looking forward to actually developing this rocket further. I think we got a winner here. As long as it can be created to in such a way that it will stay under control, and we might need more control surfaces to do so. Obviously, we needed to add these to keep it stable, but the engines themselves are powerful. We could add a huge amount of cargo onto this, and it'll be able to lift it. We could, maybe I will do that. Lift an entire space station into orbit, and it'll be nothing for this rocket. So I'm digging that. I'm digging that a lot. So what do we want to do? We want to move. We should add some RCS to this, actually. But we want to move this way so we can land on land and not water. Problem is we're fucking burning through a lot of fuel here. Alright, so with this little amount of liquid that's left, liquid fuel, oxidizer, and fuel, we're going to be going to an apoapsis of 135 kilometers. Hopefully we'll be able to maintain our orientation so that, and our engine, our electricity is going down because we are attempting, stay open! You son of a bitch. There you go. Because we're attempting to maintain our orientation because we're utilizing the SAS computer. And we're going to run out of that. And we're still running out of that. I'm not doing shit. Yeah, this thing might not even land. Shout out to Vikings fan in the chat. It says, "What up, Bird? Danny MT. What about me?" Oh, there we go. You put me first. My bad. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying football season. I know you like that. If I keep the rocket at least active a little bit, it will recharge. So we'll have to do that on our way down, which will reduce our speed. We don't have much fuel, though, so we certainly don't want to be going up to this altitude. But, yeah, I'm actually looking forward to developing more ways to utilize this particular subassembly. Hey, what am I doing? All right, so now we've reached our apoapsis, highest orbital point, and now we're sailing all the way back down again. Hopefully we have enough fuel to actually keep us from killing ourselves. Well, there's no living unit here, but still. So as you can see, our altitude is decreasing rapidly, as conversely to our speed, which is increasing rapidly. Then just remember, there will be a test at the end of this episode. So please have your pens ready with your papers, and no calculators allowed. And cheating will have you sent to the acid mines. So now we're entering the atmosphere. Well, we will be about 50 kilometers. We're very high. I do know that this sort of booster is supposed to go up fairly high as well. but not as high as to, like, I mean, it could get into full orbit, but they don't want it to because it's supposed to have enough fuel to land. So obviously we did fuck up there. And when I say we, I mean me. Funny thing is that they do not have any parachutes attached to these Super Falcon Heavies, or the Falcon Super Heavy. That's, I believe, the full proper name. Some of their they're just plain Falcon boosters. They have parachutes, and they were many times recovering them from sea, but very often these things just were so damn good that they landed either entirely on the barge, because they've got these flat barges. Imagine them as like a helicopter pad on the ocean, and on a ship. And these fucking rockets landed there, but they're landing on land much more often as well. So it's just fucking amazing what they're able to accomplish. Also, you should be looking forward to me and Jesse's new show, because it's going to be extravagant and amazing. And you never know with Jesse. But I think I'm going to start doing my shows, my Darkest Realm shows, on Sunday nights. What is this? What is this? Okay, so we're coming in very, very fast. 25 kilometers. Hold on. We're at 70 kilometers actually from the ground. And if we fire our rockets, do we slow down enough? Well, we slow down enough to use it all, and now we come to crash. I want to try that again. Let's revert the flight to the vehicle assembly, because I want to add a few things to make this a little bit more conducive. Yes. Okay, so we need some ability to maneuver in the atmosphere and outside. So where's our somewhere here. Where is it? Supposed to be the ability to get monopropellant. Where's the big one, though? That's not the big one I want. There's the thinner but bigger version. Alright, well, fuck it. We'll do that. We'll save that. Forgot about those. Gotta remember about those. Command and control. So we'll put 4 on my other side here. And down here as well, and even in the middle. There you go. That should allow us. That's the only 2. Oh, it's covered up. I see. There we go. That's a little better. And let's move these ones up here. Let's see them. We'll leave those there, I guess, because we can't do too much. Save that. This should allow us to control a little bit better right. Let's do it. Thing is, though, this rocket is just too powerful. Unless it's tamed, it's just gonna fucking go nuts, and it's gonna use all its fuel. Like, if you lower the thrust level, it certainly will fly with a lot of cargo or heavy weight. All right, 30%, 33%. Damn, this thing is fucking so powerful. I'm gonna have to test this, see what kind of weight we can put on this. Because I might just, maybe tonight I'll put a space station into it. So I want to rotate the other way. Okay, so we're at about 10 kilometers. Where are we supposedly going to land? In the water. So I'm going to do this and try to move. There we go. All right, so we got half the fuel tank left. We're going to be landing on land, and we're going to get ourselves into orientation to do this. So, checking out our fuel here and stuff. We're going to put ourselves into retrograde and use our thrusters to help us get into that position. No control. Fuck. So I've just released the air brakes. Oh my god! I can't get fucking control on this shit. And then there goes all our fucking fuel. Fuck! How do you do it, Elon? How do you do it? Oh, man. I think I'm going to have to choose different thrusters. See, look at this. Now it's coming in. What's going on here? Oh. Terrible. Terrible. So, I don't know. What do you guys want? I always like to shoot the thrill. Shall I continue with this show? Should I do a chill hangout? I'm thinking I'm going to have a late dinner tonight, so I've got ample time ahead of me, if I wish it. But what do the people want? I must ask that of all of my audience. But, some people want certain things, some people want others. I mean, I've heard your cries, people. I know what you want. Let's just be honest. Starts with a D and ends with Rama. But, there's also other things. I mean, some people like me talking about conspiracy theories and such. And I do try to hold my stuff, for Joe and to feature it there. But I want to talk about this stuff. There's prevalent stuff happening right now. And I could do it on Darkest Realms. But like I was saying, I think Darkest Realms is going to be reserved for a Sunday night. And... I'm not sure what time. Maybe... Actually, I don't even know what time. I'm not going to even speculate. But it's going to be a nighttime affair. And just like Coast to Coast, it'll have that sort of vibe. And anything I don't talk on Final Frontier News or whatever I talk about with Jesse, it'll be featured there. So, there's that. But... I don't know. Let's just do one more. Let's do one more, at least for now, unless I change my mind, which I do. And see if I can just launch a little bit up and then do a landing. It's going to come down a lot heavier than it should because it's supposed to expend a lot of its fuel before it comes down. It's really supposed to expend the last of its fuel when it lands. Just to be the safest, because the more fuel in there, the more of a potential explosion. So, let's see what we can accomplish with this rocket. Still the baddest rocket I've created. We'll extract the gear. Try to reduce that surface speed. It's supposed to... Yeah, exactly. Do that. Not bounce, but... Yeah. Oh. No. Okay, well, it's not supposed to do that. But it's supposed to basically fire off extreme at the end to allow it to land. But that is close to that. So let's try that once more. Because I know I could do it. Problem is, again, I've overpowered this. I always over-engineer things, and they could still be further over-engineered. All right, so... Problem is that, again, it's super heavy. No, we don't want that. We don't want that. No, we don't want that either. Come on. No. God damn it. Boom. So let's revert to launch again. All right. Let's wait a little longer this time. I still see no suggestions, so, again, unless all of you watching, even those that aren't speaking, or I should say even those that are speaking, are hate watchers, there's no reason why you can't answer and reply to my fuck. No, not prograde. Damn it. No! Son of a bitch. What was the question? Well, I'm asking, what should I do? I've been playing this for how long? 2 hours, 37 minutes. Not too shabby, Dave. Certainly having a very enjoyable time. But I was asking, well, what shall I do? Because I plan to have a late dinner. And as such, I do have time on my hands. Ah, wrong place. And whether or not I should do a chill stream or, some other stream. So, yes. All right, one more launch. One more launch to see if we can get this thing to fucking land. And then we'll wrap it up and we'll see whether or not there's, a chill stream and so forth. All right, so we're back here. Increase throttle. Keep us going in this direction so we don't anything really, but what are you gonna call in and co-host with me or what, dude? Come on. Can I be expected to talk without at least some sort of respite? All right, so now if we look here, our landing site will be just due west of Kerbal Space Center. So we're going to have to orient ourselves. No, that's not what I'm asking for. Trying to do is it won't let me. I need to have more control surfaces so this thing will fucking do what I'm asking for. Son of a bitch. Maybe if I do this, slowing down the surface speed. Problem is, it's so fucking unwieldy, and I don't have enough fucking fuel. Look at this thing fucking flopping around. How far are we from the ground? 11 kilometers. I think we're gonna have to wait for the next pass, and we might be able to do this. Engage this, air brakes. No, come on, you son of a bitch. Look how close we're getting. No, don't do it. Come on. Two kilometers from the surface. Can I do this? So close. 1 kilometer this time. Fuck! Unwieldy bitch! Hey, Tiff, what's up? Oh, man. I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board. But, again, I had inquired if anyone wanted something more from Dave Rose tonight. I could certainly go with a chill stream or anything, but there must be an interest. If not, I'll just be talking to myself. And I've been talking to myself for the last 2 hours and 44 minutes. So I could go for a break. I mean, somebody could, tag in and help me out. Um, but yeah, it's up to you guys. I mean, I've got stuff to talk about, but I do need a break. That's certainly the case. So let me pack a bowl and allow people to respond. I've also been thinking of doing a couple of streams just featuring Canadian music that many people wouldn't be familiar with, but that's contemporary, but also, really good. And, just remind people that Canada does produce some great musicians. So, yeah, you might not hear from them very much, but certainly is good stuff to listen to. So let's go back here. Let's close. Actually, let's, I guess, revert to the vehicle assembly so that there's no trace of this accident. But I'm going to have to figure out how the hell to make this less unwieldy. The top stays heavy despite the fact that the fuel does drain down. So how to keep this portion from flipping over is, again, the big question here. How do I engineer this in such a way that it's going to, because that's why I added the RCS, the monopropellant. In orbit, it keeps you oriented. In, ascending to orbit, it helps, but it wasn't doing shit here. And I mean, this is a rocket, not a plane, so we need to develop something that is going to function as a rocket and not have like wings and all this sort of shit like you would imagine a 1950s rocket would have, which that's how they imagined that. And I did try to build that in a previous episode. Okay, I'm gonna smoke me bowl. Apparently, Arcnolia, Strokelbean, and Dr. Earl are live now. Let's just tune in just to see what's going on there, because I'm assuming YR would be there. There might be somebody else.
Hi. Hi.
Okay. The Mary Axeman actually had a second volume released. And on it was, if I can make this go away, the Christmas song, Steve Lukather.
Oh.
Oh, they're talking Christmas music. Tiff says, you have to make it phallic statue like Jeff Bezos. Actually, I did make a rocket in a previous episode of Gaming Stream that was shaped like a phallus and balls. And somebody was riding on the outside of that. Their name starts with T and ends with Ravis, but yeah, if you look back on that episode, it was hilarious because that thing also started to go very limp quick as it was flying at quick speeds and just flip and flopped all over the place, and the ensuing disaster and explosions were certainly hilarious. But yeah, you should check those out. Those are hilarious. But yeah, I mean, I'm on the fence here. I mean, I could go off air and just do other things. Um, I could keep going. I don't want to really attach it to the gaming stream. And well, there might be some drama on the way, but you never know. And you must always save the best for the opportune time. But yeah, nobody's really live right now, to my knowledge, at least. Don't think Ken is going live tonight. And although there was rumor that Joe might go live, haven't seen any further information about that. And yeah, when I can get a hold of Jesse, it will be a live show. But yeah, that's going to be a challenge to get a hold of Jesse to talk some conspiracies and such. Danny says, job transfer, I'm looking at 4.4 Celsius. Tiff says, yes, for sure. Are you talking about me doing a stream? You have to be a little more specific there in the chat. Yeah, 4.4 Celsius. I mean, that's warm for me, for the most part. It depends how you're dressed. Old Norwegian saying is, there's no such thing as bad weather, but bad clothing, and that is true. But yeah, I'm down with fucking doing a just chill stream and having somebody come and talk and give me a break as well, because I've been putting in the hours too, and I've been doing some good stuff, and certainly entertaining myself, if not you, the people. But yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how the fuck to fix this launcher here, because it's got power, and maybe it's only meant to get shit into orbit, but there's got to be a way of re-engineering this thing so it will not be so top heavy. You can technically do this. You can actually reduce the liquid fuel and oxidizer in this, so this won't be as heavy. But the bottom line is it's still the same. All the fuel filters down this way, and then filters down through here. It's not like these are all three separate ones emptying at the same time. This one feeds into this one feeds into this. So altering the fuel won't. I mean, unless I empty this out entirely, but it's still because there's been to the point where it was almost empty. The fuel almost empty, which means all the fuel would be down here, and still this stupid fucking upper part would just wield wildly, flopping around. So I got to do something about this, and I've seen people replicate this shit with stock stuff. I haven't studied their stuff to replicate theirs. I'm just trying to do it on my own, and I know it's possible, but obviously there are challenges, and this is why this game is so great. It forces you to think. Now, many people are stupid, and as such, they don't like that, but I'm not a stupid person. So this game, to me, enthralls me. Those stupid people probably not even know what that meaning of the word is, I should say. But yeah, fucking great game. Wish I had the full version, and can't wait to see the second version, because that's going to be fucking rocking. And he says, this winter it takes me about a month to acclimatize back to the old ways. Texas and Hawaii has spoiled me. Yeah, but you should have the Russian. I know I'm not speaking Russian, but you know I'm not Russian. But you should have the genes in you, Russian, Ruski. You should have them in you. because you were born as a land of Vikings and ice and what else? What's that salad I love so much? Um, borscht. Borscht is good. I like that. Um, all right, I'm not going to pollute my game stream anymore with casual talk because, well, those words haven't been used. But I understand when some people use certain words they attempt to be nice, and again, the facts don't care about your feelings, so just be as blunt as you need to. But yes, sometimes I would choose the word polluted my streams by bringing up things that don't have anything to do with the gaming stream. And yes, relevant. You have people in the chat and so forth, blah blah blah, who are fully aware of this. But come on, I gotta have respect for people to split this up properly. So you know what? Let us do what we should do, and that is I'm going to end the stream and start a new one. And it's just going to be a chill stream. Everyone who's here is more than invited to be there. Skype lines will always be open. And yeah, I'll just keep talking about shit that I have to talk about. Relax, smoke some weed, not play any sound effects while I smoke that weed because I don't need to do that. Also, I can speak intellectually and not sound like a stoner loser. And yes, perhaps you'll join me, perhaps not, because I've been known to speak to myself for hours and still produce a great show. Great replay value. Huge. Huge replay value. You know what's even bigger than me running in 2024? Is Dave Rose. Dave Rose has always been correct, never wrong, ever. And he's huge. The ladies tell me that his cock's huge, his brain's huge, he's got a huge heart. Good guy. But huge replay value when it comes to Dave Rose. Vote for me. Oh, endorsement from the current president of the United States, Donald Trump, yes. Who deep state forces attempted to depose through their malarkey. But yes, I shan't say too much because the last time I did, which was November 2021, well, not the last time, well, that was when I said it, but I got spanked by YouTube for saying naughty things like the truth. And that happened a few months ago. I think 3-4 months ago. So they're really digging deep to find out who's saying what. But yes, I shall start a new stream. Keep your eye on me channel because that's what we'll do. And yeah, I'll start in a few minutes, under 5, I'd guess. I'm just going to stop this stream, make the new one, blah, 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 and just go to my channel and you'll see it pop up. On that note, this is Devious Dave Rose. He goes by many different names. After all, I did have to escape to Argentina. But I shall see you next time.